Alright guys, so welcome back to another episode of Devon's Beekeeping, and today I am gonna be doing an unboxing and assembly of the VIVO extractor. This one is the 4 deep and 8 shallow or medium extractor. It's the electric one. So let's get the unboxing video started. Alright, so this is how the package pretty much arrived. It's quite heavy. When you open it, it's a box within a box pretty much. So I'm gonna get out the components out of the box and then we can have a look at it. Alright guys, so once I get out the first box, then these are the papers that comes with it, and use a manual and assembly, and then all the bolts and components that we need to assemble the extractor. Once you pull out the first set, this is what the extractor is like. The legs, and then we have the extractor itself. So I'm gonna pull it out. We can have a better look at it, and then I'll assemble it and we will test it. So on the inside, we have the 2 covers for the side, and this one also comes with an electronic trip switch for safety. So the basket will hold 4 deep and 8 shallows. It's electric, it's a variable, so you can increase the speed as you go along. And guys, just to let you know, this is not a sponsored video. I purchased the extractor with my own money. I am just giving you the reason I chose this one, because I didn't want to go manual for 2 reasons. For one, as you grow, you're going to have more and more hives and more frames that you need to extract, and if you're manually doing it, that's more time consuming. So I opted to go the electric one. The other reason being, their weight is almost identical, with the exception of the motor. It's a little bit heavier, and if you're going to buy anything, if you're in Jamaica and you're going to buy anything, if you can't pay for it twice, doesn't make sense to even try and attempt to order it, because once it goes through customs, they're gonna charge you on it. So that's my saying: if you can't order it twice, don't bother order it at all, because once you get to custom, you're pretty much paying for it a second time. So I'm gonna put the legs on it, assemble everything, and then we're gonna test it and we can see. Alright, so for the legs, it comes with 4 set of holes, so you can have it for higher or lower. I'm gonna do the lower one because I want to keep the center of gravity on the extractor a little lower. So I think it will wobble less if I do it that way. Also, what I'm going to be extracting in a smaller bucket and then move it over to the bigger bucket, so I can work with the lower center of gravity. Alright guys, so in order to install the honey gate, you have to actually remove everything out of it because the basket and everything is in the way. Alright guys, so here it is assembled. Gate and everything installed. I only decided to take the plexiglass off of one of them. It comes with 2 micro switch here. I guess it's for safety. So the machine will only engage when the 2 doors are down, 1 for each side. It came with a little extras as well. So separate and apart from the bolting down, you have extra bolts. And you have an extra bushing rubber here for the inside. There were a couple things with the install that never really, I felt could have done better. The holes, what were drilled here, on this side they weren't really aligned properly. So that was one other thing, they weren't aligned properly. So was given a little problem to get them aligned, or had to force them in at an angle to get it done. And then for the motor, it has a blower on the inside, so it's able to vent while it's working. So while it's working, the motor keeps itself cool, which is a nice feature. My table saw has that as well, so that means that the motor can run for a good while and you won't have any issues from heating. So I'm gonna plug it in and start it and see if everything is working good out of the box. Okay, so first startup, I'm gonna switch it on, and you see that a light came in there. I'm gonna power it up. And pretty much okay so far. Yeah, she working. And I can turn it up. Yep, it's spinning. I'm gonna turn it back down and see if the micro switch is working. And yeah, the micro switch is working. So once you pull it open, it will automatically shut it off. I'll power it off. Put it back down. Carry it back to 0, power it back on. And then power it up again. So she's working well, 40%. And that's the speed control, 40. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then it's maxed out. And then I'll carry that down. And you can see it's very, very quiet. I want you to listen. This is the motor running at 40%. $50, 60, 70, max speed. So for the most part, it runs out of the box and it goes up to the full speed variably. I can shut it off back here. So there you have it, guys, my VIVO extractor. When I start using it, I'll let you know any gripe. I'm gonna take the wheels, I'm gonna mount it on a pallet so it can be up off the ground a little more, but bolted down where it's sturdy, so when the frames are in there with the honey, it doesn't wobble too much. So that's it so far. It works out of the box. I'm happy about it. So hopefully I will be doing a honey extraction video. where I'll be testing that out. I'll also be testing the bee escape that I made as well. So stay tuned. The season is going on. It's going on rather slowly, but I'm expecting it to pick up a little bit more, hopefully. This would be my first year actually mapping out the flow to see the flowering plant and all of those things. I've never done that last year, so I had no clue when I was in the mid or the end of the flow or anywhere in the flow. I just know that there was a honey flow that was going on. So every year it gets better for me. It's a learning process. I don't know everything. I get the information and as I go along, I map it myself to see what it is for my local area, what my local climate is, and I work my way from there. So thanks again for watching, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.